Hello students, today's topic is drift velocity. So what is drift velocity? Now whenever an external electric field will be applied to a conductor, the average velocity with which the free electron will be drifted towards the positive terminal, that is known as our drift velocity. So let us first see what happens in the absence of electric field. In the absence of electric field, the electrons are moving in random directions and they move in such a direction that the net average velocity will become equals to 0. So if u1, u2, u3 like this are the velocities of the n number of electrons, then its average velocity will be equals to 0. That means I can write u1 plus u2 plus un, and its average, that is divided by n, will be equals to 0, and that is our equation 1. If an external electric field is applied, then what will happen? If an external electric field is applied, suppose we are connecting the conductor with a battery, and this is the positive terminal of the battery and this is the negative terminal of the battery, then due to the application of electric field, the electrons present inside the conductor will start to move towards the positive terminal. And if we can find out its average velocity, then that is the drift velocity. So after the application of electric field, let V1, V2 up to Vn be the velocities of n number of electrons. So these are the final velocity. And since the electric field is applied, it charges or the electrons will experience a force, and let us see what is the value of force. We know F is equals to QE, and again from mechanics we also know that F is equals to MA. And what is the Q? Q will be the charge of electron, that is minus E into E. So A will be how much? No, A will be equals to minus E by M. So with this much acceleration, the electrons will be drifted. Now we will use the equation of motion, that is V is equals to U plus AT to the n number of electrons, and then we will find out the average velocity, and that will be the final our drift velocity expression. So using the equation, I can write for first electron will be V1 is equals to U1, and acceleration is came to be minus EE by M. So in place of acceleration, I will write minus EE by M into T1, where T1 is the time elapsed after its last collision. Similarly, I can write for V2 like the same as before, U2 minus EE by M T2. Like this, I can write for the n number of electrons, that is Vn is equals to, that is Vn is the final velocity of nth electron, Un is its initial velocity, and the acceleration is EE by M into Tn. So let us sum these things. So I will write V1 plus V2 plus Vn will be equals to minus EE by M, let us add these things also, that is U1 plus U2 plus Un plus minus E by m, and here T1 plus T2 plus up to Tn. So if I will do the average of all these, that means I will obviously divide all by n. So let us divide it with n, and here also n, and here also n. So this value will give me the value of, this one is the average velocity with which the electrons will move, that is termed as V average, or that we will call as V drift. And see what this equation will give: u1 plus u2 plus un by n. See the first equation. In the first equation it is equals to 0. So let us put here, this term becomes equals to 0. So Vd will be equals to, now the second term, minus E by m, and let us take this expression as tau, that is termed as relaxation time, and this is the expression of drift velocity. Let us summarize this thing. What is our Vd? Now Vd is the average velocity of the electrons, that is V1 plus V2 plus Vn by n, and the tau represents our T1 plus T2 plus Tn by n, and this is termed as relaxation time. And the expression we found, that is Vd is equals to minus E tau by m. So this is an important expression. Now using this expression we will find out the current flowing through the conductor. So let us suppose there is a conductor, and inside that conductor we will calculate what is the total charge flowing through it. So in order to calculate the charge, I can use the formula, that is the number of electrons per unit volume into volume of the conductor into charge of each electron. See here, this is giving me the value of n, that is total number of electrons, or we can write it again as, for simplification I can write Q is the total charge, and total charge means total number of electrons into charge of each electron. Now in place of n I can write total number of electrons. I can write that number of electrons per unit volume into volume into E. So what is the volume of the conductor? Suppose the conductor is having cross-sectional area A, and the electrons which are present, they will cover a distance of Vd into del t. Suppose the electrons are moving with velocity Vd, that is the drift velocity, and to go from here to here it is taking how much time? Del t. So the distance will be velocity into time. So now what is the volume? The volume will be area into the length. So area into the length is how much? Vd del t into E. So in place of volume I have written this much. So now Q can be written as we know, I is equals to Q by T. So I can write here in place of Q as I, and since your time we are taking del T, so I into del T is equals to NAVD del T into E. So your del T will be cancelled, and we will have I is equals to NAVDE. So this is the expression of current with drift velocity, which is an important relation. Now we will go for another expression, that we know that current and the current density is represented by this equation, that is I is equals to J into A. So now let us use these two equations and find out the expression for conductivity. So now we got the expression I is equals to NAVDE, and in this expression I will put VD is our previous expression, that is E tau by M. Okay, this expression came from the expression of drift velocity into E. So this becomes N into E square A E tau by M. And again we know I is equals to how much? Now I is equals to J into A, current density into area. So here A will be cancelled, and we got the expression of J as J is equals to NE square tau by M. So again here I will use another term, that is J is equals to sigma into E. So here sigma is what? Now sigma came to be NE square tau by M. So in place of NE square tau by M, I have taken sigma, and this is termed as conductivity. So J is equals to sigma E, which is an equivalent form of Ohm's law. So this much for today's class. Go through this topic. Next class we will discuss about the mobility and the limitations of Ohm's law.